And I'm not even going to do this because Tame is playing. Everything's cool. I'm not even going to do the regular intro because Tame Impala is there. I don't know why this person on InfoRoo started all this business and freaked me out and about blew my blood pressure through the roof for 48 hours. But it's happening. Tame is playing on Saturday night. And I love the slot playing before Lizzo. I will talk more about that in a minute. But this is a special episode of the podcast. We're just going to do a short thing only talking about the schedule and anything around it. Charlotte, first impressions. How is the schedule looking for you?
Fantastic. How's it looking for you?
Oh, well, Tame is there. I don't care at this point. I will have some more things to say in just a moment, but my first impression is this is fantastic. I know there are a couple of conflicts that are heartbreaking for some people. We'll talk about that in a moment. But for the most part, this works out really well. And the big news is no one has dropped. I don't know why we all worried about that.
No, there was no one that had dropped that I could see.
Yeah. And I mean, no offense to this person that showed up on InfoRoo. Like, perhaps they were misinformed. Perhaps they don't have the same connections that they used to. And I'm not going to poke fun at them because, like, I've had the same things happen to me. I've been bitten in the past. But, man, that was a whirlwind 48 hours there.
For sure.
Especially yesterday, Thursday, because it was like, Tame is out. Tame is in. Are they there? We don't know. And then the schedule took forever to get out today, and everybody was worried sick.
Oh, yeah. They said that the schedule is going to drop Thursday, and then Thursday morning came, and then Thursday at noon came,
Yeah.
and then Thursday at 2 o'clock came. And everybody was like,
man.
Okay, is it this Thursday? Is it, I don't know.
I don't know exactly what happened, but in the past couple of years, like, I've been able to get a peek through the door and see how the meat is made, so to speak. And I know that there's multiple, like, signatures that they have to get of people that sign off. I know that editing this is a pain, and it continues to be because they had a typo for us. Like, it's us, not the Reshoot, hosting that thing on Wednesday. That's on the campground schedule. But I already got in touch with somebody, and they're going to fix that. It'll show that it's hosted by the Rubus with Get Weird. But, yeah, I don't know if those things were the holdup today, but that's aside the fact because it's here, it's fine. So, should we just run through this really quick and just give our thoughts? I'm going to go all the way back to Tuesday because this is the first time that we will have scheduled things on a Tuesday.
That was what I noticed. I was like, when I first opened it up, I was like, wait, Tuesday? What?
So let's give it up to this guy, Bobby Boucher, that technically is headlining Bonnaroo on Tuesday. I actually got to talk to this guy briefly because he's friends with the Get Weird guys. I'm excited for this dude.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, midnight at Where in the Woods. So maybe we will go meet him because we'll be there Tuesday night.
That's so cool.
Just a couple of things happening on Tuesday, but let's jump ahead to Wednesday. That's when all of the campground activities are going to be opening up. And the first thing that grabs my attention is at the plaza that we are going to be at, there's a morning show called The Less I Know, The Spaghettier. What in the world is that?
I don't know.
Are they giving out spaghetti?
Probably not. I'm going to say not, but
there was this meme
you never know
that cropped up a couple of years ago, and I think it originated from another podcast I listened to called the Slash Filmcast, or just the Filmcast now. And there was this thing about where they were encouraging people to bring their own spaghetti in a Ziploc bag to the movie.
Yes. What's your spaghetti policy? Yeah.
Bring it to a movie theater. Come in with your Ziploc bag of spaghetti. It's like, what is your spaghetti policy at this theater?
Yes, we all know.
Is it something like that? I don't know. All right. Another thing that I'm excited about, Plaza 6, Killer Mike's swag shop. His shop hours are going to be from like noon to 6 on most days. I kind of felt like I needed to get a haircut, but I think I might wait and get it there.
Is it an actual barber shop?
I think so.
Or is it just a gift shop? We don't know.
Maybe
we won't
both.
know until we get there.
But if you can get a haircut there, I'm going to wait until Bonnaroo to get my haircut there.
I bet it's just a gift shop.
Well,
but we don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so yes, we will be hosting our thing that night on Wednesday. Right now, as of the recording, it says pre-party with Reshoot. I love them to death, but it's with us. As I said, typos can happen on these things.
Okay, let's look at Thursday, when they usually have the up-and-comers.
Yeah, there isn't anything that really stands out to me. The Grand Ole Opry continues to be in a tent, which I don't agree should happen, but whatever. I think that I'm only going to stop by at best at the Grand Ole Opry this year, just given how loose a show it has been in past years. Andy Frasco at 10:30 in that tent is something that stands out to me. I'm going to stop by there because we have been able to talk with some of those guys, so I want to see their show. and then we have too many zoos playing at 1 in the morning at this tent. But honestly, the thing that really stands out to me on the Thursday schedule is something that's happening in the campground. So Where in the Woods, right at midnight, there is a 3-hour slot for a surprise headliner guest.
Really?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No, I did not notice that. And it actually says surprise headliner guest.
There has been a lot of speculation, and there's even been speculation from people saying that it could be Glass Animals because they have like multiple days listed on their website or something like that. We've already fallen for what we thought would be a Glass Animal show.
Pineapple party?
Yeah. A couple of years ago, we went to this pineapple party that was held in one of the plazas, and everybody thought it was going to be Glass Animals, and it wasn't. I think it was actually Get Weird, of all people. Yeah, so that's a way to make a big loop there. But I think I will go to that at midnight and see what this surprise is, especially because I have never been to Where in the Woods. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, maybe now with the addition of jam tracks, we can actually make it over to Where in the Woods.
Oh, man. Well, it may not be that long of a walk from like the Center exit to Where in the Woods, but I will definitely take advantage of that to get a ride back to the group plaza where we're going to be at. Yeah. Sure. All right. Should we skip ahead to Friday? Because here's where we really get to the meaty stuff.
Yes.
All right. So for me, the first thing of the day is easily Mdu Mokhtar,
yes,
1 o'clock.
That's the very first thing of the day, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. And I will be honest, I was a little concerned. I thought maybe they were going to have visa issues or COVID-related travel issues getting from Africa to here. They're having one of their first shows at Bonnaroo. But no, there they are, an hour at 1 o'clock at this tent. So I will be getting close for that, I would imagine. And speaking of international acts, Glass Animals, 6 o'clock. What stage?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. That's obviously a top for a lot of people.
You know, it's so cool. I first saw Glass Animals at the other tent. That's how long ago it was, before it was the other stage. They've gone from that to the Which stage, and now they're on the What stage. I wonder how many Bonnaroo artists have done that. I think Florence and the Machine, Childish Gambino, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Not many do that. So they have graduated all 3 levels of Bonnaroo, I suppose. I'm very excited about that. I want to try to get pretty close for that. Is there anything early in the day on Friday that stands out to you?
I mean, everything.
Everything? Do we want to go see Megan Thee Stallion?
I might stop by.
Yeah, that's a stop by for me. The one thing that's getting me on Friday, I suppose, is I really want to see Krungbin.
Yeah,
they play until 10 o'clock on Which, and then Foo Fighters start right at 10. We've had a good spot to see the Foo Fighters before, so I think I might duck out about 20 minutes before Krungbin is over and then go get somewhat close for the Foo Fighters.
See, that's the thing. Of course I want to see Foo Fighters, but I've also seen them before, and I want to see Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to get up close to see Run the Jewels.
Now, here's where you get into a really big conflict. So, Foo Fighters are done at 12:30. By the way, they get a 2.5-hour set.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. So, yeah. But then Run the Jewels starts 15 minutes after that at 12:45. This is a conflict for a lot of people because around the same time, Run the Jewels is playing about the same time as Primus. You know, they've been at Bonnaroo for years and years. And then Nelly plays at the same time.
See, okay, as someone who lived through the Nelly era,
I
also really wanted to see Nelly, but then also he's playing like everywhere right now, so.
That's true. And you know, there's another surprise headliner guest at Where in the Woods from 1 to 3. Do you think they're over promoting these, or do you think it really is something worth going to check out?
I'm not going to leave somebody like Run the Jewels to go check out something that says surprise headliner.
Yeah,
guest.
that's true. So the surprise headliner guest at Where in the Woods is at 1 in the morning that night.
And also something to consider.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Something else to consider. I'm like, I got to get up close for Run the Jewels. I don't really want to be that close during the COVID time.
Yes, I am getting close for Tame, obviously, but other than that, I'm kind of going to keep my distance in the middle or the back or whatever. And let's be honest, for us personally, all these big bands that we want to see, we've seen most of them at least once before.
Even though, like, it would be amazing to be in the pit for Run the Jewels. Like, it's not like a life or death. You know, I don't have to. I've did it before. You know,
I'm curious if they will make anything look different in terms of how things are constructed. Like, will the pit be bigger so you can space out? Maybe they'll only allow a certain number in the pit.
People in the pit? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. I would guess right now probably not, but I would also guess that something like that is also possibly under consideration. Okay, do you want to jump to Saturday?
Yes, Saturday. Let's do Saturday.
All right. So, early that day, there isn't anything I'm dying to see. Well, Saturday, first of all, I'm going to tell you and everybody right now, I'm getting in as soon as the gate opens, and you know what I'm doing. I'm getting in line for the Tame Pit.
Well, yeah.
So basically, anything before Tame, I'm not going to see that day unless they also happen to be on the wet stage.
Well, you're going to see John Baptiste.
I am very, very, very excited about that, and I'm so happy that he's playing the wet stage before Tame. He is the most cheerful, positive guy that fits the Bonnaroo vibe so well.
He's mispronounced his name.
John Baptiste, yeah. The dude that's with Stephen Colbert every night on his show. I love him to death. I love his like old school jazz, and his personality is just perfect for Bonnaroo.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm excited to see him and what he's got going on. I will sit through G-Eazy, I suppose.
Oh, I just realized.
Yeah.
He's playing the same time as Ash Nico.
Well, I'm going to stay and see John. You can go with Brooklyn or whoever to go see Ash Nico?
No, I wanted to see them both.
Oh, so that's a bad conflict for you.
For me personally, but I'm probably like in the 2% of people who wanted to see both of them.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't think the Venn diagram overlaps very much with those two.
No.
Are you going to go see the band Camino? I wish I could go see them. I like them a lot, but I'll have to miss that. Maybe somebody can hold my spot for like 2 minutes just so I can go see one song from them.
Well, I wanted to see Jason Isbell, so.
Okay, well. Jason gets done at 8:45, so he will be done right when Tame starts.
I'm not planning on staying for the whole show.
Okay, you're going to go see him for a minute? Well, this is something to think about, though, because the pit for Tame will probably open just a few minutes after 8. So,
I mean, I don't know. I've seen Jason Isbell, like, somebody said he was in, like, the Sprouts grocery the other day, so it's not like you'll never see him again.
It's not hard to see him if you want to.
It's not hard to see. He was in Austin.
Yeah, we just missed him.
The last weekend when we were there. Like, I mean, it's not like he's terribly hard to see.
If I hadn't seen him so many times, I would have been tempted to go to his show in Austin. But I was like, I've seen Homeboy like 5 times. I'm okay. I'll see him again if I get the chance. But in situations like this, like I'm good. I'll see him again sometime. I'm sure. True. There is something cool happening like after Tame. So I will dump out of the Tame Impala set at 10 in a daze. And I might try to go wander over to Which Stage and see Incubus, because they would have started 15 minutes before Tame is over. So I might go see a few songs from them, and then jump back to see Lizzo for a little bit.
Yeah, you got to see Lizzo.
Oh, yeah, of course I am. I mean, I love her. She's cool, but I'm not, like, hardcore. I'll see, if I see half of her set.
We have waited, like, 2 years.
I know.
To have the Lizzo sing-off together.
I will make way over to her after Incubus is done and stay for her long enough. And then I'm going to make my way back before the crowd does to get in time for this epic 3-hour My Morning Jacket set.
Yes.
So that's the rest of my night there. This is a blessing in disguise that King Gizzard couldn't make it, and we're going to see them later, because that 3-hour My Morning Jacket set is going to be mind-blowingly historic. You know our boy Barry is going to be there for at least two hours of that. I hope I run into him. What if I run into Barry and he's like on another galaxy, kind of like I am for Tame, but he's like that for My Morning Jacket?
I mean,
yeah, he loves them. All right, so I think that kind of covers it for Saturday. Should we jump to the last day, Sunday?
Yes, let's do Sunday.
The first thing that jumps out to me on Sunday is they have LS Dream playing from 4:30 to 5:30, which is odd. That definitely seems like a nighttime EDM acts.
I noticed that as well.
Brooklyn got me into them, and I was looking forward to that, but I don't know, that's just an awkward time to have something that should have a lot of crazy lights and visuals and things, but I think I will probably go anyways. The trick is, though, it conflicts with Brittany Howard. I'm going to break Brad's heart here, but I'm not a fan of her solo stuff nearly as much as I am of the Shakes. I love that she went in a different direction, but it's just not my cup of tea, I suppose. You want to be the tiebreaker on this? What do you think?
I want to go see Green Sky Bluegrass.
Oh, yeah. They play about the same time on What Stage at 3:45. Mm-hmm.
And then I also want to see Leon Bridges after that.
Yeah. And nothing conflicts with Leon, so I'll go to that.
I'm going to be very honest. Until the schedule came out, I didn't even realize Leon Bridges was playing.
Really? It's easy to skip things sometimes, I suppose.
Yes, I did not realize that.
Now, your boys in camp are playing that tent
and then
at 6:45.
I'm going to have to go see camp, because that's who I really, really got into during the pandemic.
Yeah,
so
I'll be there with you.
I have to go see camp.
Let's jump from camp over to Which Stage to see Rufus Du Sol at 8:15. That'll be fun. That's a questionable pick to put them on the Which Stage. I think that's going to get a little overly crowded because they have blown up in popularity the past year or two. I don't know why they did that. I would have put them on what? Before Tyler, the Creator. That's a questionable thing.
Yeah.
And then Tyler plays at 9:30. And so technically the last artist playing one of the big stages on Sunday is Deadmau5.
Yeah.
9:30. There was speculation that he might have been the one that was supposedly dropping out because he's playing 2 shows in a day or something like that. But I guess when you are just a DJ with a laptop, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
You know? So he'll be there. So I guess we'll go see him on the way out at the other. And that's it. That's the end of Sunday. How are we feeling about this overall?
I feel great. There's no real big conflicts for me.
So there is one big conflict for some other people.
Yeah.
I didn't really mention this because it isn't necessarily one for me. I like Goose. I really listen to them a lot. The fact that they're playing against My Morning Jacket.
Yeah.
And Loop Daddy, Mark, how do you say his last name? I can never say it right. Mark Rebellet? Rubier. What? Yeah. They're all playing at roughly the same time. That's going to suck for a lot of people.
So I saw a lot of people mentioning the Tame Impala and Sylvan Esso Super Jam conflict.
Yeah, I think their sound overlaps too. I mean, I would have gone to see Sylvan Esso, but clearly that's an easy decision for me. And okay, so one other thing. I was just talking with Kyle the Bonnaroovian and a few other people. They were coming to me and asking a lot, well, what do you think about Tame just having an hour and 15 minutes? I'm okay with that, really. Charlotte and I were just talking about this before we started recording. Even when somebody legendary, like there gets a point in a set with anybody where I'm just like, oh, is it time to start wrapping this up a little bit, you know? Because like it's a buffet of music. There's everything to try. So like if I'm too long at any one given thing, I'm like, let's go see what else is going on. I of course would never get like that with Tame, but I don't know. It's not a big deal to me. I don't really care. I know it may be for others, but listen, your boy here has been excited for this for a year and a half. An hour and 15 minutes is all my heart's going to be able to take anyways.
So you're saying you would not make it at like a jam band kind of thing?
Well, I'm going to go stick out for a while at My Morning Jacket. You know?
Well, yeah.
It's fun going to a jam band set that runs long because you never know what's going to happen. They might pull out some crazy cover. They might turn a song you love into a longer song or whatever. Tame doesn't really do that. Like, Kevin and them jam barely a little bit, but not to the extent that My Morning Jacket is going to. So, I don't know. Maybe that time doesn't feel the same when you're at a jam band show as it does to somebody that's like the conductor of a psychedelic orchestra like Tame Impala is, you know?
I see.
Yeah. But that's just me. I know other people feel the same. But I know that is probably the biggest conflict of the whole weekend is My Morning Jacket, Goose, and Loop Daddy. Oh, that sucks. But my advice is just jump around. Don't feel like you have to be committed to anything. Goose is playing at that tent. That's not that far from which stage. Just jump around a little bit. Go see a little bit from both. I mean, it's fun. You never know what you're going to run into, who you're going to meet. That's like one of the most fun things about Bonnaroo. As you're making your schedule out, I would just like look at big chunks when there's nobody you're super interested in and just plan that to be the time that you're going to get lost. Especially late night. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Just walk around. See what you can get into.
I'll do that for sure. All right. So, yeah, the COVID protocols are out. The schedule is out. This is 100% officially happening. Man, it's so nice to not have to worry about anything for Bonnaroo anymore.
True.
You know, now we just have to worry about getting the rest of our supplies and getting there in less than 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I got to start stocking up, I guess.
Yeah.
Stocking up.
Stalking? Who are you stalking? We're stalking up. Hey, you just bought something really smart. Can you tell everybody what that was? We just got a glass of it.
Yeah, I bought a 50-pack of that Emergency.
Now, what is that for people that don't know?
It's like an immunity booster.
Yeah.
They advertise it a lot. Emergency. It's like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and I think it's also got zinc in it as well.
Mm-hmm. I would recommend everybody to go pay attention to what Lindsay from Roof Fitness has been posting. He's had some great suggestions about what kind of vitamins that you can take to boost your immune system. This would be a deal at any given Bonnaroo. I mean, people joke about the Wook flu, but now it's just something we have to take a little bit more seriously. And there was great news, fantastic news that came out today about Lollapalooza. Did you see that?
Yeah, only 200 people.
200 people out of what, how many thousand? Like
60,000,
50, 60,000? Yeah. That is fantastic. They had a guy that was like an expert in his field saying that Lollapalooza was definitely not a super spreader event.
Yeah, which is great.
You know how great that made me feel? In addition to like all the protocols that Bonnaroo is enacting now, I feel better about Bonnaroo than I have since January 2020.
But I've actually taken that Emergency at at previous Bonnaroos.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. So yeah, we definitely recommend everybody to find some stuff like that. You can get multivitamins or that kind of thing, like Charlotte was talking about at like the grocery store, right? Yeah. So I would include that in your list as well. But that's enough today. We just want to do a little mini episode to just kind of review through the schedule on our end. Hit us up on social media and tell us, is there a conflict we're missing, or maybe a band that we should be going to see now that we know what the schedule is going to look like. All right, 2 things this week. I'm feeling great about this. This is happening.
Yeah.
That's all you got. Yeah.
Just the Wednesday night party.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
That's a typo on the schedule.
Yeah, Wednesday
I'm sure
night.
They're gonna get that fixed.
9 o'clock at the Electric Boogaloo, or whatever the heck they're calling it. Galactic Giddy Up. Can I just call it Electric Boogaloo anyways? It says Roo Shoot. I hope they'll be there anyways. But we'll have the boys from Get Weird either on top of the bus or in the plaza. And my man, Mitchell, will be there. I talked to him on the phone yesterday when I got caught in a giant rainstorm while I went running.
Oh, my goodness.
He was very concerned for me for a minute. But other than a scratched leg, I'm all right. He will be there. We've been conspiring about what we're up to, and you need to be there to experience Mitchell. He is the funniest Bonnaruvian alive. I'm not even going to tell you his jokes or anything more because I don't want to spoil him.
Something else worth mentioning.
Yes.
Friday morning, 11 a.m., Redaroo Craft Beer Exchange.
Yeah, they're on the schedule too.
If you're into that, it is on the schedule. If you're into that, show up at the group plaza. I mean, it's an official event now.
We'll be there. The bus will be there.
It's super, super awesome. Just bring your favorite craft beer from your hometown or your local area.
And they had a little Easter egg announcement on the schedule today too. They will be joined by Too Many Zoos, who will be playing the beer exchange. So right there next to the bus. Yeah, that is amazing. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so be there for that as well.
So, Daniel, I think we should do the Patreons.
Yes, we forgot last week. We need to get to them because they're making some amazing things happen. You want to go through our list?
Okay, so just remember 80% goes to the Bonnaroo Works Fund. 80% of everything raised goes to the Works Fund.
And I will actually be making that deposit here in 2 weeks, I believe. So we'll have more on that later.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we got Danny, Randy, Joshua, Babs, Caleb, Madison, Kayla, Scott, Greg, Eric and Ben, Kristen, Natalie, Jace, Evan, Jay, Chloe, and Sean.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Here in about 2 weeks, we should be able to make a fairly significant deposit to the Bonnaroo Works Fund. I will post the receipt online so you can keep us honest. But thank y'all so much for making this happen. This was an idea Charlotte and I had about 3 months ago. And thanks to your help, we're going to hopefully make some cool things happen in the Coffee County area. I'm really excited about that. And we will also be hosting all of you before the Redaroo Beer Exchange. So just make your way over to Galactic Giddy Up and the bus, and we'll have a little cool something for you there. Sound good to you?
Sounds
like a plan? All right. I think that's enough for this week. There has been enough excitement for this week. I'm ready to chill out and this may be controversial, but actually do things that don't involve Bonnaroo for just a few minutes. You know? I got to get my blood pressure down. Okay, guys. We'll see you soon. Get out there and radiate positivity.
Bye.